is Bet Jones. If this is your first time here, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. So, this evening, I am here with Edwin Shappard, right?
That's right.
Yes. Founder of BISCEP. So, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for the invite. You have 9 traveled all the way from Zimbabwe, Africa. So if I'm not mistaken, they traveled about 8,000 miles?
About 8,000 miles.
So tell us about BISCEP.
Well, BISCEP stands for Blindfolded International Exchange Program. We're based here in Miami, and this is our third installment of students traveling abroad. Our third country. Our first country is Botswana. Our second country is here in the U.S. with students from Miami Central. And this being the third from Westminster International School in Harare, Zimbabwe. And so, cultural exchange program was given birth from a documentary I did called Blindfolded, How to Get My Heritage From Me, which pretty much killed the narrative, the negative narrative that we knew of Africa, like growing up. I wanted to show a different side of Africa and get dialogue from people here in South Florida as well as people in Africa, and that dialogue was so impactful to give birth to.
Wow. How do you get funding?
Ooh, funding. Funding is a hard thing for us. It looks easy, but it's hard. I get behind my phone and I pretty much ask people for money. So the first program I did something called the Village to Village Exchange-a-thon, and it was just an old way of when I used to see Jerry Lewis and Lou Rawls do these telethons where they get on the phone, stuff like that. So with social media, it just made it a bit easier. And so I just started asking people for money, and people started donating. And I was able to raise enough to actually bring students from Africa to Miami.
I would love something like this for Haiti, because I'm from Haiti.
Yeah. My mother's from Haiti.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You're like my cousin.
Hey, you never know, it might be family, who knows?
So, for a program like this, to bring 8 kids over, how much do you say something like this costs?
This is a total of $60,000 for one school. That covers flights, hotels, miscellaneous, and extra stuff that may happen. There's always stuff that you have to spend and account for, so that's roughly around it. But it's getting more and more. It was 50 pre-COVID, and then everything just went up, and so it's about 60.
Okay. I spoke to a couple of the students today. So you all will get a chance to meet a few of the students and some of the staff. So what are some of the roles that your staff plays?
Well, the staff, we have 4 chaperones and they're educators.
Which are all volunteers?
Yeah. Well, they have to travel with the students.
Okay.
So one of them being the assistant principal who's here. We have one teacher. We have a gentleman named Dr. Chizomba who owns his own hospitality school. So he's here. He's the one that pretty much connected me with Westminster. So if it wasn't for him, because I had travels in Botswana and South Africa, and he wanted me to visit Zimbabwe, and I really didn't have the time because my priority was Botswana. And he said, "Hey, I want you to come to Zimbabwe," and I said, "I can only come for one day." He says, "I'm not gonna fly you to Zimbabwe for one day. You have to come for more than one day." So he accommodated me for 2 days, and I said, "Hey, while I'm here, is it possible I can look at a few schools?" And he suggested Westminster. And a long story turned short, we have Westminster here in Miami.
So what are you hoping that the kids take from this program?
I want them the same. I want to not only kill just narrative of Africa, but also narrative of Black America. They see certain reality shows. They see certain dialect that blacks portray, and they feel that that's what we are. You hear, people saying the N-word and stuff like that, and a lot of that is adapted into African culture. And so we just want to show a different side, show that, you know, that we're not that. Though it is, but there's a lot of people that's not that. And we're just loving, hardworking people. Yeah, exactly. So we want to show that because there are programs that may be similar to this, but they're not ran by Black and brown people. So.
I love what you're doing in the community. So meet one of the board members, Darylee. So Darylee, what is your role in the program?
Well, my role officially is the treasurer, but I do everything else. So I'm secretary. I'm kind of like behind the scene, making sure, you know, creating the itinerary, scouting the different places that we're taking the kids, and just working hand in hand with Edwin, the other board member, to make sure that the kids and the chaperones have a great experience here. Yeah.
So you're a major piece. So, is this your first trip? Is this your first set of students?
Well, as a board member, yes, but I don't know. You know, Edwin and I, we've known each other since we were kids. I was 14 and he was 13, so I've always been involved in whatever he does. So when he did the first one, when he brought the kids down from Botswana, I think in 2020, I was not on the board, but I was there to witness everything and to help out whatever he needed. And when we did the second trip, where the central students went to Botswana, I was on that trip. Yeah, I went, you know, along, even though I was not on the board. I just went along. And then a year after that, you know, I joined the board as the treasurer. Yeah.
So what are you hoping that the kids take from this program?
Oh man, I'm hoping that they walk away with confidence and walk away with the idea of I can conquer the world. Like, look what I did. Like just to see a different. Like, the world is bigger than where they're from, and there's so much more, you know, to see. And they walk away with friendships, you know, abroad and just with inspiration of becoming more than they ever imagined. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to, their mind, their horizon to be more, you know, broad and just think big. You know, that's why I do it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for talking to me, taking the time to speak to me.
No worries.
But I'm hoping and praying that we can highlight this program, because I just found out about it and I was amazed. And you know, and I took the invitation. I was like, wow, you know, I would love to see it. And I'm from Haiti, and I pray that you know. And I would love to have something like this for our people. So this is really inspiring.
The funny thing is, initially, Edwin is half Asian. His mom is Haitian. And so initially, he was like, what do you think about doing? I want to do this. What do you think about Haiti? But with everything that's going on now, it's not possible. Yeah. So that's in our prayers. Yeah. That's all I can say.
But if it was, that way, you know, hopefully I'm able to help in some type of way, you know.
Definitely.
Yes.
I mean, we always think of. And the thing is, the funny thing is, it's just not enough time and enough energy to just reach out to everybody. But it's like, so the more the program goes on, the more people will find about it, and people will find us, and then we can get more involved with, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, cousin.
No problem.
So we're here with Cindy, one of the students. So Cindy is like, because you've been with the program for how long?
Well, it's been since my freshman year. I'm now a senior in high school. So it's been
So you've been to Africa?
yes, Bostwana.
So what was your experience like?
So my experience at first, like, I was a little nervous because I've traveled like far distances, but of course like the time of the year was a lot. But when I got there, it was just full of joy. I felt like everybody was very welcoming. Everybody had a good year, and everything was like the energy was very high there, and I would say everything felt like family. The kids from Central, which I never really like met them at school until the trip, and then the students from Botswana, we were able to connect. I was able to connect with everybody, and I still do have connections with them now. So I'll say it really opened my eyes on different cultures from where I was able to connect with them on how we do things or in Miami and how stuff functions in Botswana, Africa. And it made me like realize and open my eyes and just share with other people in Miami on how similar we are and how different we are.
So if we were to compare Miami and Africa, so what would you say the difference would be?
So obviously I would say like Miami's a little more developed with the infrastructure, of course, and Botswana, I would say like their education system is a little more intense than it is in Miami. But besides that, like with the people in Miami, I would say everybody's family in Miami, of course, but I would say in Botswana it feels more like you feel more connected with the people that you're around. So I would say like if you're around with the people, like you feel more comfortable because you feel more connected as if you're with your family. And in Miami, since I live here, of course I feel like my family and my home, but I also felt like I was at home as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time. How are you?
Good.
I'm good. So this is your first time in America, right?
First time anywhere, actually, because it was my first time ever playing ever. So it was quite the first time experience for a lot of things, because all the way halfway, all the way from continent and stuff. So I think, like you said, there's a lot of barriers in one go.
So since this is your first time here, what is your first impression of America, Miami?
What I see on TV is just even more grander than the road networks are bigger, the lifestyle is even more fun. Trust me, Miami doesn't sleep. Miami doesn't sleep, so it is something I have to keep up with, and during that you have to have a bit more juice up in your tanks just to have good fun. Yeah, so it is an amazing experience, honestly speaking. So it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be here to see how people are living around here, and seeing what I've seen from TV and be able to say I've seen that before, and be able to say I haven't seen that before. This is nice to experience something new. So yeah.
So how long have you been part of the BISCEP?
Since treatment.
Wow.
Since before it was even called BISCEP. Okay. All right, thank you.
That's the only one I know.
Been part of BISCEP even before it was called BISCEP. In 2018, it was called just Blindfolded, the documentary. So, and then as the years grew, we saw there was an opportunity for it being much bigger than just being a documentary, for it to be a program where we exchange cultures and students to exchange from Americans and Africa in general. So yeah, it's quite the journey, and seeing it grow from that point on. I swear, if you've seen the documentary, you'll see.
I'm going to see it.
I was a different boy back then.
That was back in 2018, right?
2018, yeah.
Yes.
And I'm 23 right now, and
wow.
I was still 17 back then, so it was something else.
So we're definitely gonna share the documentary. Yeah. What have you taken from the program?
I've taken that. Growing up as a kid in Africa, you sort of like into one sort of knowledge, and the program has allowed me to experience much more. It allowed me to experience different cultures because I didn't even know about the Hispanic cultures. I didn't even know about the cultures from people from Haiti and all that. When Edwin came, that's when he taught us about there's so much more to experience. So it opened eyes for a lot of things. I'm really hopeful that there's still more to do. I'm still here. I'm very grateful to learn more and see more.
So you might get tired of Miami by the time you go.
I was just back in Africa.
You'll fit right in.
It's just so much more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, welcome to our city, and I'm so grateful to meet you and everybody else.
It is an honor for me to mingle with the people of Miami. It is an honor to see and experience life like that. So, to just only say, wow, people of Miami, wow.
Thank you for taking the time to speak to me, and welcome to the city. From what I see, you're in great hands.
Most definitely.
Yes.
You can go this way, you can go this way, and you can also go diagonal.
Right, diagonal.
Come on.
You got it.
3. All right, next person. Yes.
All right, rejoice.
Where is he going?
I'm open. I need all the help, you guys interested in coming to Africa and being part of the group?
There's still more. There's still more.
Get your bed.
Yeah.
Your blindfold.
Trying to help them so they can see.